So, you know how when you marry someone or before you get into a relationship with someone, they are one way. And then after a little while, they're now another way. And I ain't talking about attitude or mentality.
Would you care to elaborate?
Talking about the body and changes that occur in the body. You know, it's something that has, from the beginning of time, affected relationships everywhere. I think we should talk about that.
All right, no problem. When we get back.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
So welcome to another episode of Love and Everything in Between, the podcast. And today we'll be talking about body positivity or negativity.
And how it affects your marriage or relationship.
So it might be difficult for a lot of people to believe that I used to be a size 6 before I got married, and I think we'll put up a picture.
Yeah, we'll put up pictures. We'll put up some pictures
so you guys will...
so you can see how we were in our, when we met. It was a couple of years ago.
So I used to be a size 4, size 6. I could never get my clothes in regular women's store. My friends will always yab me and say, let's go to Rough and Tumble. That's where we'll see your cloth size and all of that. And I think it disturbed me back then. I'm like, I'm so skinny. I don't know, I can't get clothes, blah, blah, blah. And then I met him, and then he started feeding me.
I mean, man's always the culprit.
And it was like, you need to have some flesh on you and all.
That wasn't why I was feeding you.
Why were you feeding me? Was your love language?
Feeding you because I realized that food was a love language.
Was it
so I was making...
Was it your love language at the time?
No, it's your love language. It was your love language.
There's no, in the 5 definition of love language, there'll be 5 things. Food is not there.
And they've added it now because of you. There's now love language, food. But I realized that you like food. And you like good food. So, I would bake, I would, and I just bring it all.
So he started my...
Because they give you some doesn't mean you have to...
Can you...
Let's be going. Let's be going.
So anywho, this young man would bake, cook, bring food, pack it, and I started eating. And then one day, I was just trying to put on a pair of jeans, and I was struggling. Oh, okay, I've started adding weight. Something my mother tried to do, she would give me a Govin, Supreme. There was one medicine.
All those things.
That would make me sleep. I'll take water, Guinness, and egg. All those things to try and add weight, Little did I know I should have just been patient. So anyway, I started adding weight, and I became a very slightly fleshy girl, Not so bad. I was now like an 8-10, which was okay. And then it went downhill, spiraling downhill from there. And I think I'm currently in size 16, 18.
I can't really tell because you don't tell me anymore.
I can't tell you.
Challenges.
So I think I'm currently size 16, 18. And initially it was a big deal because he's used to peperimpe looking type of women, look a certain way.
Pocket
size. Yeah, that's what he used to call me, pocket size. Now I cannot be pocket size. And then he has yapped me so many times that, maybe he say, okay, if there's a war, and he has to carry his family, he will look at me and roll me down the hill, say very mean things to me.
I was just saying, we were asking, we were having one of our deep discussions about, if this eventuality happened, what would happen? And I said, I would carry the children. But I can't carry you, so I'd have to roll you.
And roll me down.
I wasn't trying to be mean.
Imagine when you hear these things, but I would chest it because I have thick skin, or sometimes... I've suffered. I remember one time that I was in the hospital and I was in a lot of pain. And
I didn't go into the hospital.
I have to say it.
We hadn't gotten to the hospital. Mm-hmm. Which one do you want to talk about?
The injection.
Okay.
So I was in a lot of pain, and I was like, doctor, please, I'm in pain. They need to give me something. And the doctor was like, I was also looking at me funny. I was like, and I started crying. So the doctor was okay, you should get injections. Now I brought the injection, I gave me the injection. And I said, it's not working. Why can't this man said? He said, you know that your bum is very big. Before the injection will travel and reach to the organs where it needs to go to, just give it a bit of time. He says things like this to me. One day I'm waiting for him. I will get back at him. Another time I was in pain. I couldn't get up from the bed, and then what he said? He said, this is the time you should lose weight. I can't carry you to the hospital.
I couldn't. Wait. We have context. You're making me seem like a mean person.
Yeah, I mean person.
No, context. You were in pain. I needed to carry you because you couldn't get up. And I could not carry you.
Did you have to say it?
So I was like, I was just like,
how about you drag me?
If I drag you now, you say I'm dragging you. If I roll you now, you say I'm rolling you. What do you want from me? What do you want from me?
So
here's the thing. Here's the thing. As much as I'm making fun of, she's making fun of herself. I'm making fun of her. Me myself, I carried, because when she met me, I was slim, right? But I was very athletic, and I used to work. And I used to work out a lot, and then over time, I would work out more, and I started actually having, I did grab. So, myself,
he must to carry his wife.
At least if I have the mocks,
you lift me.
I will have lived. So, me too. I've not kept up in that regard. Recently, though, I can blame it on the shoulder.
Wow.
Surgery.
Wow.
I've discussed to prove
Scars. Wow.
So recently, I can blame it
on
the
shoulder.
That's why I cannot gym again.
Okay.
But before then,
okay, but on a more serious note, at any point in time when my body was changing, did it change the attraction that you had towards me?
So here's the thing. No, because I didn't.
It did.
No. Let me land now. So initially, like, it did bother me.
Okay, but on a more serious note now, when the body started changing, and primarily for me it was when the first pregnancy. That was when I was at my biggest. I back then I was at my biggest size, and giving birth, and then now trying to calm down. Did it change the physical attraction for you, and then also sexually, did it also change?
So I'll go back a little bit. Before pregnancy and everything, when you actually started gaining weight, it did bother me a bit, because I wasn't used. Number one, I wasn't used to being with someone who was bigger. Two is because I wasn't used to you being bigger, because I'd known you for so long, and you were a certain size, and then all of a sudden the size is changing. Now when it got to pregnancy and childbirth and all that, I wasn't bothered, to be honest. I'm sure I've said it before in one of these episodes. I didn't see you. You didn't look different to me. It was after the pregnancy, and you were showing me pictures. I said, I didn't change. Look. I didn't see it. You just looked the same to me. And I don't know, maybe it was because I was seeing you every day. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I was caught up in the pregnancy itself. I just didn't see it. I think it was more of the after the pregnancy, after you had the child and everything. And to be fair, I think you brought it to it was you that made me notice that you was like, oh, I want to snap back, I want to lose weight, I need to, go back to this, I used to be this and I used to be that. And I probably got caught up in that as well. I was like, oh yeah, let's do this, and so it would, I now started becoming conscious of the fact that, okay, you've gained weight, you need to lose weight. You've gained weight, you need to lose weight. And I feel like you are putting pressure on yourself. And then me now getting caught up in that also started putting pressure on you, because I would now start, trying to push you to say, oh, you need to do this. Oh, no, try it this way and do that. And because I was an extremist, I'm pretty much an extremist. If I say I want to do something, I tend to have this all or nothing.
Must finish
it's all
it
or
or
nothing.
die.
I don't. So I remember the first time where it was okay, you want to lose weight and then I want to, buff up. And we started at, it was Shanti, do you remember?
Oh.
Dig deeper. And anybody that did
Shanti,
dig deeper.
Come back from work at 9 p.m.
I'm like,
and he'll say, Bio, we need to
let's go. Because you scheduled it.
Because I wanna
but you scheduled it and like,
and then he'll be like, dig deeper.
Let's go. And okay, you don't want to do it after work. Saturday morning, you want to do Saturday morning, you'll be like, yeah, let's do it on Saturday morning. I'm like, yeah, let's go. And then we dig deeper. So it was working for me. I was seeing the gains. I was buffing. I was, so I was happy. And then you were not digging deeper.
I wasn't seeing the gains on my own side.
But so here's the thing. It was and this is something that I think that a lot of people should think about. And I remember I used to say this to you a lot, that you didn't gain the weight in one day. You didn't gain it in 1 week. Why do you assume that you're going to lose the weight in 1 week?
Sir, why is it that when men buff, in 2 weeks you will see the buff? When we want to lose weight, you have to wait 3 months before you see it. Is it fair?
So, here's the thing. No, it's not fair.
Exactly.
But also, what you put in is what you get out. And with most people who want to lose weight, there's one thing that I notice consistent. It's not just you, with a couple of people that I know as well, is that they focus a lot on the exercise part of it and not enough on the nutrition. So they will say, I want to lose weight and then I'm going to not eat this I'm not going to be eating carbs again, or I'm not going to eat this again, and I'm going to be working out. And they would work out, and they'll now not eat something for like 3 days, and they'll be tired and say, I'm weak. Just need something to just get my energy levels up. Something. They'll now go and binge it on my land, all the things. You've undone everything with that one meal, the cheat meal, and they don't know how to cheat meal, small cheat meal, the mountain cheat meal, and it's gonna happen. Gaining weight is a lot easier than losing it, because gaining weight is just about increasing calories, reducing the energy you're burning. That's a lot easier to do than doing it the other way around.
But you still haven't answered. I said
the attraction. Yes, sorry. Yes. So yes, it did bother me for a while. It actually did bother me. I'm going to be very honest about that. And it got to a point where I was just like, because in my head I hadn't reconciled who you were now with who I met or who I originally was attracted to and fell in love with. So it just became a thing. But I realized at a point that it was in my head. Okay. It was in my head. And once I was able to reconcile the two images that I had, that okay, this person that I married, this is who she is now. As opposed to this is who I married, this is who she is now, and she's going to go back to this. So when you're constantly thinking this is just a phase, this person is going to go back to this person is going to go back to this, you keep having that issue. But once it got to a point where I was able to say, okay, this is why I'm married, and this is it. And before we married, I had said, oh, what is the worst case scenario? And if this was sort of like the worst case scenario in quotes, if I say I'm marrying you, I'm marrying you, baggage and all, whether you're big, whether you're short, whether you understand. What if it was a medical condition that caused you to gain weight? Was I going to say, oh my God, you're now fat, I'm not going to deal with it? No, I wouldn't do that, So, if you recall, I can't remember exactly when it was, but it just got to this point where I was like, dude, see, I've accepted this is you. And that's it. But so every time you would come up with something, oh, I'm going to lose weight this way now, what would I tell you?
Are you sure?
No, I would say, yes, I would say, are you sure? Then I'll tell you, Auntie, if you know you're not going to do it, don't stress yourself. Me, I've accepted it. If you want to do it for you. It's no longer for me. Me, I am all right with what I have. You get what I mean? And that was because I realized that beyond the looks, I mean, it's not like looks are not important. It's not like physical attraction is not important. But beyond that, there's the person. And I also came to realize that the struggle that you had was me. I was just going to be adding to it. I was going to be making you feel smaller each time I would bring up, you understand? Like, oh, you need to lose weight, or you. So now, if you tell me, oh, yeah, so I'm gonna do them. I mean, do you know how many diets we've been through?
Yeah. Well.
And I would actually, the crazy thing is, I would always think, if I just participate in these diets, everything will be all right. We make it. And my people have drunk some weird things because I'm following somebody that wants solidarity.
It's for love. It's for love. It's for love.
Everybody struggles. Struggle. I know they do weird diets.
So you won't follow me to do my
I know they do struggle again, baby. See,
I thought you loved me.
I love you, but I've accepted. This is what I have. This is what and I'm good with it. More cushion for the pushing. So we move on.
So I know that another part that some people might encounter in marriage, which didn't quite affect us, would be sexually. When moms give birth vaginally, I had my children via CS, and I think I intentionally wanted CS too, because you know how you were growing up, you would just be it will expand into something. So I can't categorically confirm or speak on that because I didn't go through it, but I don't think I've actually asked anyone really, because the women won't particularly know if it has expanded that much.
So the odd thing is, I have a lot of male friends and I've spoken to them. We've had conversations about this thing.
Okay, so yes, you can shed more light on
this. It's honestly not that deep.
No, but does it change?
It changes, but it's not like, so the vagina is not nylon bag that once you just stretch it will just be there like that. It's not. It actually is elastic. So it will return back to a former size. It might not be the exact former size, but it's always going to return to.
Okay.
So I think people it's more of a mental thing for people than an actual physical thing. People focus so much on it that it becomes bigger than what it is in their minds. Yeah. So I'm saying, oh, you've pushed this large baby out of there, so therefore it must be wider. And then women are already self-conscious enough about it. I don't think it's adding to it, as in you're not helping. You understand? I think if people were honest with themselves, it's not that deep, because I mean, come on.
True.
Come on. How did you feel about because my body has changed. I'm not the same as when you met me, when you married me, etc. How does that affect you? Because it goes both ways. I'm not a big guy, but there are women who marry their men, they have muscles, they look, Adonis and all that. And then the next thing, they're big. So for example now, for the longest time, I remember how you used to yap me that you don't eat. Look at your stomach.
No, it's not that you don't eat. Upon everything you eat,
like your stomach is just flat. Just flat.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the meat
slowly but
surely has been coming out.
Slowly but surely you will join me.
Now I have one up. I have to pack. I have to pack. And the one down is quite
it's my friend.
It's a jolly pack.
So I never married you because when I met you, it wasn't like you were buff, like you said, you were just slim. That's it. So I didn't think much about it, or I wasn't big on appearance per se. So when you say you want to buff, I'm like, okay, you don't buff. Okay, do you get? But and I think maybe partly me accepting it because I already know that I wasn't feeling or looking
like the
ideal way I had in my head. So most times if I look at myself in the mirror, I'm still seeing the slim, maybe a bit more plumpier me, but not the big me. So sometimes when I wear some clothes and I look, I'm like, I don't know. When I look in the mirror, this is not how I look in the mirror, So I had that struggle for a bit, and I think at one point, when we were doing the sex therapy thing, and I know that during one of my one-on-one sessions with Wumi, and I think she asked what was a challenge for me. How do I see myself? If this whole body image thing was a problem, and she walked me through the process of accepting who I was. So she said every morning, look in the mirror and look at yourself. Don't look
at what is in your mind.
Yes, and then also sometimes when because you're ashamed, you're so ashamed, you don't look down, you don't look past your neckline, because you're not happy with what you would see. So she made me conscious about, okay, look at yourself. What are the changes? Oh, I have flabs, I have this, accept it, name it and own it. And then if the person is making you secure, is not constantly nagging at those things, yes, and then you're fine. So it took me a while to be able to accept my body. So I think when I boldly accepted was my 40th, because I know I'd been trying to lose weight to get into a particular dress. And then when I wore the dress, there was no difference. I was like, you know what? I'm 40 now. I've accepted it, and so I was bold and proud to be able to come out that way and not be ashamed or feel a certain kind of way.
So I think for people that may be struggling with this, there are a couple of things. One is it possible to a large extent that, first of all, what you said now, you accepted?
Yes.
I had accepted longer than before I did.
Yes.
Is it possible that they themselves have not even accepted?
Yes, it's a very strong possibility.
I do know that there was a time I was getting really frustrated about today I'm on this diet, tomorrow I want to do this. And in my head I'm like, pick a struggle. Do you want to be big or do you want to be slim? If you want to be slim, go all the way. I'm not saying it's easy, but just go all the way.
Yeah.
And stop yo-yoing, because the yo-yoing can be very frustrating for your partner as well, because it's almost like you keep setting them up. You're saying, oh, I'm going to do it this time. I'm suddenly going to be, a perfect 10. And the person is like, oh, okay, you have something to look forward to. And then, there's a tendency for people to just set goals. So I'm like, okay, that's the target, Abby. Then I see you veering off the target. And I'm like, but I was on my own. You came and said you want to do this thing. Do it now or don't do it. Do you get?
Yeah.
It's very frustrating. So there's that first. Like, it's either you accept it or you
stick to doing it and get.
Then I also realized that there is no way I was going to make you lose weight. Like, I could not shame you into losing weight. I could not love you into losing weight. There was no way. You needed to get to the point where you wanted to lose weight because you wanted to lose weight. Period. Once you get to that point where you realize that, okay, this thing, I don't like it for me. Why? Maybe for health reasons, for whatever. But for someone I know, the reason he lost weight was for aesthetic reasons. They told him, you have a health problem, this thing, you have to lose weight. I said, yeah, I'll lose weight. He didn't lose it. That was a health problem that this one, it can kill you. He didn't. But one day, he was looking at himself on camera and he saw himself and was like, oh my God, is that me? Is that my stomach? Wow. And the next thing you know, boom, 6 months, he has lost weight. Until today, he's still all fit and all that. He has even become like a weight loss advocate. Yeah. Because he got to the point where he did it for himself. Now, whatever the decision is that took him there, it was
valid.
So I would say if you're a partner of someone who is not, I think if we talk about body positivity, it's either you're extremely slim or you're extremely
overweight.
You're overweight. You understand? You can't understand first. The person has to do it for themselves. Number one. Number two, physicality is not as important as we make it out to be. We, as a society, there's a tendency for us to have the ideal. Women, perfect age, snatched waist, and big bum, big breast. This is why everybody's doing BBL, everybody's doing boob job, everybody's snatching their waists at the risk of their lives because there's an ideal. And everybody's trying to fit into that ideal. But the truth of the matter is, it's not real. It's not reality. Changes will happen. Whether it's childbirth, which, by the way, you should, guys, please, if your wife gained weight because of childbirth, you should worship her body. Because that body went through a lot to give you this, your legacy, this, your scions, these these children that are now, your seed. It's not easy, I tell guys, maybe if guys could get pregnant too and go through it, they won't understand,
But
that's
I think
not a thing.
I think the support that would come from spouses, ways to approach as well, is have the conversation. I know we keep saying have the conversation, but actually you have the conversations, because there's no way you'll be able to know how or the approach to help your spouse. Now, supportive ways could be you get a diet plan, you join her on it maybe 3 times a week, so that way she feels like she's not alone.
He or she,
yeah, because it could be both ways. And then you also don't talk. If I didn't have a sense of humor, I know how many quarrels we would have had because of those jokes.
But we have the same sense of, that's the
problem. No, that I'm saying. So if you could have your sense of humor, I might not get it.
No, but I know that we have it. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, and so we have the same sense of humor. So I'm able to take on those jokes and even be able to give clapbacks when I'm on my A game. But you understand, if jokes like that are sensitive to your spouse, then please don't, because we have a tendency of taking those things and then now reading unnecessary meaning into it, and then you not realize that you're reacting to those things. Also, don't make references to it.
Don't compare.
Don't compare.
Honestly, if you feel like you could have done better than this person, like this person, if I had known, I'll have married somebody else. Bro, first of all, that person could have probably done better than you
as well.
That's the truth. The person could have done better than you. That's on one hand. On the second hand, has it occurred to you, have you thought about it, that maybe you're not that person's ideal either?
Yeah.
There's something that person saw and married you for that is no longer there. But the person may not be making as big a deal of it as you are making
a big deal of the weight.
Like, come on, dude. Like, oh, woman, please.
Let's share love.
This is also not to say that if weight loss or weight gain, depending, because some people have bulimia.
Yes.
Weight loss or weight gain is causing serious health problems, right? You need to address it. It's not something that you just sit down and say, oh, I'm going to just accept the person. Because I find that people tend to do that either because it's the trendy thing to do or because they just don't want to rock the boat.
Yeah.
If this person needs help, because I find that a healthy mind is usually translates into a healthy body. Now, whatever size that body is, it doesn't matter. But if this person is eating because of anxiety, this person is eating because they are insecure, because there's a tendency for someone who is actually insecure about their weight to actually use food as comfort, and then now start eating even more and becoming bigger. You understand? There's someone who's already slim thinking that, no, I'm not slim enough, I need to get skinnier. So, at a point it crosses over into a mental health problem issue, and you need to, that person needs to seek help, and you as a partner need to be there to support them through that journey.
Yeah, very true. Actually, very, very true. Okay, so yes, I've had great support. I know I've taken him through this journey with me, and we finally come to terms with some certain things, more relatable targets that can be achieved
in over a
period of time, and pretty much now enjoying who I am and being proud of where I've gotten to.
Yes,
I know the different hurdles I have crossed, and I'm okay with it. So if you see me down the road, you want to pay for BPA.
No, don't do BPA.
Okay,
all right.
Don't not do BPA.
Don't want BPA.
Thank you very
much. God bless you.
Anyway, so what I'd like to say
I didn't say the Amala story. Okay, let me let it go. Keep
going. Spread love, show support, hold your partner's hand in the journey.
It's a journey.
It's a journey together. Nobody's an island on their own.
Just keep remembering. Don't stop seeing it as this person's problem.
That's it.
It's our problem. If it's a problem for both of you, then it's our problem. Even if it's a problem for you, it's still our problem, because both of you are in that
together.
Relationship.
Yeah.
Find ways to cope. sexual attraction, physical attraction, all these things, a spectrum. Try and, I mean, there are other things to focus on. Don't fixate on that one thing. It doesn't help. It doesn't help.
So until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you
in the next one
as we go for our game challenge.
Oh yeah, we'll see you at the game first, you know, where I'm gonna whoop her, and then we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.
Love you guys.
So
it's time to win.
So today's game is stacking.
We're stacking cups without touching them. It's a
hanging. No, it's not stacking.
Hanging cup game.
Yes, hanging cups.
Okay,
so we're supposed to pick up one cup. So our new hands are the straws. Supposed to pick up one cup and stack it on this hand.
So basically,
do you understand?
We're playing the hang cup game. The hanging cup.
Compronde. Compronto. No. To where compro?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So.
All right. So
that's.
I'm not doing that thing. Somebody else count us down. Time out. In 3.
In 3, 2, 1, go. Why is it shaking?
If it falls on the floor, aren't you disqualified?
No.
I'm just asking.
No. So you are disqualified. My cup not staying. Oh.
What kind of stupid straw? Who bought this straw?
Bro, you have one more cup here.
Nope, that's not mine. It's not mine, it's yours.
Ta-da!
What? I've done mine already.
But is this not standing?
Yeah, holding it with your hand.
No.
Yes, you are. You liar. She was using her finger. She was using her finger. You were using. I saw you with my own 2 eyes. See.
How is this holding?
Turn your hand. Turn your hand. Turn your hand. What's this? You're a cheat. You're a cheat. How do I know that this is the only thing you've cheated at?
Wow. I won.
No, you didn't.
I won.
You used your finger.
No, I didn't.
You used your finger.
No, I didn't.
You used your finger. I said draw.
Please, who won? Guys,
you used your finger. She used her finger.
Who won?
She used her finger.
Let them talk
starting
now.
Again. It's a tie. Exactly, it's a tie. It's a tie. No, she used her finger. You're not allowed to use your finger. She's disqualified. That's...
Both parties committed offenses.
I didn't commit any offense.
I didn't start the game.
But I didn't commit any offense. I literally didn't commit. Thank you for watching us on Love and Everything in Between. As you can see, only one person actually...
Wow.
Actually... Okay, tell us in the comments who won.
Who won?
Tell us in the comments.
I won.
But remember, she used her finger. Yeah, next episode. See you on the next episode.
I know we keep saying have the conversation, but actually,
literally,
you won't be
talk
able
about
to
the elephant in the room. See what I did there? That's what I did there. That's what I did there. That's what I did there. I'm just messing around.